So you beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Today we have to discuss the news that Activision will not release a new Call of Duty in 2023, delaying it by a year, and how much pressure this is actually going to put on this year's new Modern Warfare game, which is going to release in the autumn time, usually around November or October, with next year being a year off for Call of Duty. Now, the source for this is Bloomberg, and we're going to discuss the repercussions of this on Call of Duty itself, on this year's game, but also what it could mean, good or bad, going forward for this particular game and franchise. Now, if you do enjoy the video at any portion, don't forget to drop a like, and if you are new here, consider subscribing with the notification bell click so you get my Call of Duty videos as soon as they are published. So it's been a bit of a weird one for the last few weeks with Call of Duty. So many unexpected announcements and things going on. Plenty of shenanigans going on behind the scenes, and it seems that things are coming to a boiling point where someone's got to make some serious decisions, because let's not make no excuses here. Vanguard has been a utter colossal flop when it comes to Call of Duty. Initially, I thought I'd like the game, but I did have my reservations simply because it was another World War II game, and I'm just a sucker for that modern era. I do like the Cold War era as well, but I didn't like Cold War. Looking back, it's a lot better than Call of Duty Vanguard. But it's very clear now that we have been voting with our pockets as consumers, and we have been treated as cash cows for the longest time now with Call of Duty. That's been very, very clear. And with the yearly release, we can definitely see as fans that the quality of the game has definitely suffered badly. In terms of this year's game, Sledgehammer just can't pick the ball up. They keep dropping it. Every time they fix something in the game, they break something else. In fact, as I'm recording this on the screen, I'll share a screenshot of this. The Charlie Intel report that I'm reading, right underneath it, is an update of an issue that's been resolved. I don't know how many times they have tweeted this out, but it's becoming boring because I keep losing track of what they've retweeted out in terms of fixing the game, because it needs to be fixed so often. In terms of sales, that game has been a flop simply because of one thing, in my personal opinion. It's simply because we're tired of being duped as the Call of Duty community. And I think it started from 2019 with Modern Warfare. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people butthurt when I say this, but Modern Warfare 2019, it sold very well. But I'll tell you why it sold very well. I've said this a million times and I'll continue it. I'll take it to the end of my Call of Duty days. When they said that game was a reboot, we got duped into believing it was going to be like the old Modern Warfare, the very game that started all of this hype, all of this energy, and made multiplayer what it is today. And the reality is, it failed miserably to deliver that. In terms of looks, in terms of sounds, in terms of its setting, absolutely stunning game. The Gunsmith was a work of art. But that's kind of where the game fell down for me, because the one piece of Call of Duty that has to be the best was lacking in that game. And that is something as simple as playability and replay value. I couldn't sit on that game for hours like I used to, because I just got frustrated with it, because I couldn't play that game how I've always played Call of Duty, because instead of electing to support the people who made this franchise what it was, they chose to cater to the people that they wanted to bring in the franchise to make the game better. But that's kind of backfired now, and the proof's in the pudding. We can see that laid out in front of us now. They brought in newer players, used skill-based matchmaking to protect those particular players until those players got good enough at the game that they became me, you, most of the people that are watching this video, the OG type players. And they got frustrated with the game, and the cycle continued. Then the likes of Cold War came out with that same thick skill-based matchmaking, and people just thought, to hell with this. This is not what I play Call of Duty for. I'm a casual player. If you go into Vanguard now, if you really can be bothered, the actual game doesn't feel that sweaty. But maybe that's because most people have chosen to turn their backs on Call of Duty. People have actually started to vote with their wallets. And this is partly why I believe announcements like this have been made. Now, I have read several articles today and filtered through the works to find that Microsoft are actually claiming that they've got nothing to do with this decision, and they're going to try and stay away from big decisions with Call of Duty until the deal is signed, sealed, and delivered. So this sounds like it's actually Activision who have made this decision to, one, delay Call of Duty to 2023 by another year, but also to make those other little decisions that we've been seeing, some of them ones that we've been asking for as a community for absolute years. And it's only until they've milked the cow dry that they've started to realise that all these shouts, murmurs, comments, tweets, at every Call of Duty corporate account, every Call of Duty account like Charlie Intel, Modern Warzone, where people seem angry with the game, it's simply because we felt like we weren't being listened to. And it's only to the point where we thought, okay, if you're not going to listen, I just won't buy your game. That's literally what has happened. That's why Call of Duty Vanguard is the worst selling Call of Duty of all time. Of all time. Even with the PlayStation 5s and the brand new Xboxes coming out, worst selling Call of Duty of all time. So going forward, what does this mean for Call of Duty if it's not released next year? And what does it mean for the release of this year's game, which is going to be a new Modern Warfare? Apparently it's going to be Modern Warfare 2, but we're going to refer to it as Modern Warfare 2022 because that title is solely reserved for one game for me and always will be. Well, it puts a massive amount of pressure on the game in my personal opinion, because Call of Duty this year has to be something absolutely stupendous to survive. This game, I'm calling it right now, this game is dead in terms of being that Rockstar, that #1 selling game if this year's Call of Duty fails, because we're going to have to play that game for 2 years for a start. So if it turns people off, it's done. It's a wrap. And I don't know, I don't care who you are in the comment section, you cannot disagree with that fact. There's so much statistics in front of you now in terms of sales and stuff to show you people are fed up to the back teeth of bad releases of Call of Duties. We're tired of being milked every year and getting bad games that aren't even finished, sheerly for the fact that they wanted to put it out on their usual release of November or October, bringing it forward sometimes. It has to be a very good game. Now, if they want to do that, there's loads of things they can do. They can make that game very close to the original Modern Warfare 2, revamp it, make it look much better, take out all the broken shit like the noob tubes, the one-man army, bring in a few new kill streaks, bring in some decent brand new maps that aren't made for the newer player and aren't so porous, and just turn the damn skill-based matchmaking down, if not off. Just make it something similar to how it used to be, when it used to be fun. We don't care about your short-term gains, and I think that's what these guys have to realize now. Skill-based matchmaking was only for the short term. There's no secret that we have had challenges in Call of Duty for the past couple of years that have changed from what used to be tradition, and it's clear they're just trying their best to keep player retention as high as possible so they can flaunt little microtransactions in front of your face to earn money. And whilst they're earning money with one hand, the other hand is clearly throwing it away. So irrespective of how Activision's making money from Call of Duty, they're not going, this master plan that they've had, it may have transpired and got to its peak with Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone, but I believe a big part of that is because everyone was locked up in their house with nothing to do anyway. People weren't allowed to go outside. So yes, games got played a lot more, and I think they've kind of polluted the waters to make these guys think that they produced a better game than they actually did. Now, in terms of the yearly releases, I think we need this. I think we need this desperately currently, and I'm not opposed to having a Call of Duty that's similar to Call of Duty Mobile, where the game just constantly gets updated. A perfect example of a game that does that and works so perfectly is Rainbow Six Siege. That game's, I think, is 7 years old now, and it just constantly gets updated from the core game. And I wish to a portion of me that I continued playing that game, because it was absolutely incredible. And if COD loves copying other games so much, why doesn't it copy those kind of business models where the game just constantly does get updated? I do like having a yearly release, but it's nothing like it used to be to me. I used to line up 12 o'clock at night, 12 a.m, get the game first, rush home and be one of the first people online, apart from those guys who were lucky enough to have their disc 3 days early. I don't know how they got them, but I loved that whole feeling of the hype around Call of Duty, and it just got milked that much that the hype is literally dead. I'm not even excited from the fact that they're talking about a new Modern Warfare, because I feel like the last Modern Warfare abused us in terms of it was marketed to the old school player as being a reboot of the original series, and it turned out to be nothing more than a glorified, pumped up noob simulator for Call of Duty. It was a hand-holding exercise, and the dev team wouldn't listen to people when they wanted them to improve the game and change the game for the greater good. And it looks like Activision are actually reaping what they sold now, because they're losing profits clearly, and that's why they're making decisions like this. But down in the comment section, guys, you let me know your thoughts and feelings on, do you believe that Activision should stop the yearly release? I believe 2024's game is going to be the likes of a Trakky game, which I'll be excited for to see what they've done in that time off. But also, are you prepared to play Modern Warfare 2, 2022 I should say, for 2 years, especially if it comes out something like Modern Warfare 2019 and you wasn't a fan? This could be the death of Call of Duty. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.